Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. So this morning might go a little long because I've got time. Worked myself out of work yesterday, so it gave me time to sleep in a little bit this morning, spend a little bit extra time with God, and deal with some things in my head that I know must be going through yours because you're human. And if you're honest with yourselves, you struggle with the same struggles sometimes that I do. Mine might be a little darker than yours, but that's okay. I can live with that. So I've been challenging everybody to read through the book of Proverbs and read the chapter that corresponds with the date. Today is the 21st. And so you should have read Proverbs 21. If you spent time actually reading it, there were some verses in there that might have irritated you. And you probably have learned to let these verses go because they're all over the Bible. Because you don't know how to deal with them. And I'll be honest, I've struggled with them for years. And it wasn't until yesterday God showed me something. It started while I was talking to him while I was working at work. And then continued as I was leading a Bible study yesterday. And the revelation that he brought me was profound for me. Probably means nothing to you, but I'm going to share it with you anyway. Verses like, the violence of the wicked sweep them away because they refuse to act justly. Or the righteous one considers the house of the wicked and he brings the wicked to ruin. Or the one who shuts his ears to the cry of the poor will himself also call out and not be answered. And those verses are throughout Scripture where God takes care of the righteous and make sure that the wicked are treated properly. But I don't know about you guys, but when you look at the world around you, it often feels like the good people, the righteous people are suffering and the good people are getting away with all kinds of stuff. And it's not fair. Have you ever said that? Maybe I'm the only one. That's possible. I tend to be selfish that way. Yeah. It's not fair, God. I'm watching all these evil people, all these terrible people, all these people that are so selfish and all they do, and it always looks like they're prospering. And look at me, God. Look at me. I work my butt off for you, and nothing seems to ever go right. Doing everything I'm supposed to do, everything's looking good, and then all of a sudden you get hit by a Mack truck. And all the good stuff, the little good things that I've been rejoicing in that you've done, Lord, just got blown out the window because now nothing is the way it was supposed to be. Have you ever done that? Again, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just that selfish and worthless. Yesterday, God showed me how he deals with the unrighteous. And he deals with them right here, right now. He deals with them right here and right now. And the righteous people don't have to suffer this. And it's bothered me my entire life because it's not right that good people don't get the stuff and the bad people do. And here's what Paul tells us in the book of Romans the punishment is. It's going to be a little bit lengthy because I got to read the context for you. In Romans chapter 1, starting in verse 18. For God's wrath is revealed from heaven against all godless and unrighteousness of the people who by their unrighteousness suppress the truth. See, there it is again. Since what can be known about God is evident among them, because God has shown it to them. For his invisible attributes, that is, his eternal power and divine nature, have been clearly seen since the creation of the world, being understood through what has been made. As a result, people are without excuse, for they knew God, and they didn't glorify him as God or show gratitude. Instead, their thinking became nonsense, and their senseless minds were darkened. Claiming to be wise, they became fools and exchanged the glory of the immortal God for images resembling mortal man, birds, four-footed animals, and reptiles. Evil, unrighteous people do that, right? Wait, I've done that too. But here's what God says his wrath is towards them. I never considered it before yesterday. I mean, I had, but it didn't click until yesterday. Verse 24 of Romans chapter 1. Therefore God delivered them over in the cravings of their hearts to sexual impurity, so that their bodies were degraded among themselves. They exchanged the truth of God for a lie and worshipped and served something created instead of the Creator, who is praised forever. This is why God delivered them over to degrading passions. And then it goes on to talk about what that looks like. So here's the answer to the fact that, yes, God does. God's wrath is poured out right now, in this moment, to those who we see as evil in the world. And while it looks like they have all the amazing things, think about it for a minute. The depravity of their mind and the worship of everything other than the one thing, the one person that could resolve everything. When I was living a depraved life, God released me over to that, and I had an emptiness that was greater than anything ever before. And when I started to put my focus on God every single day, even though the things that I thought would be perfect rewards for doing the right thing may not have come, the sense of completeness was still there. And that is really the difference, if we can learn to live in that. I hope I helped just one today. I love y'all. I hope you have a great day. God bless.